What's good, FightHype family? This is Alan Dawson. I'm a reporter at FightHype and I'm the news editor at ProBox TV. And I've also got a weekly column at the Sporting Tribune. I've just got back to Las Vegas covering the second leg of the Saul Canelo Alvarez and Jamel Charlo kickoff press conference tour to promote their September 30th Undisputed versus Undisputed championship fight that's landing here in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. Just kind of wanted to share a few updates I'd heard from people with knowledge of the situation when it comes to Saul's the kind of strategy that PBC has for him when it comes to the three-fight deal that they've got together. I wanted to share something I'd heard from Errol Spence Jr. and the rematch clause with Terence Crawford, and also a little update on Gervonta Davis as we kind of continue what's already been a really hot year for American boxing, but particularly in Las Vegas as well. So Saul Canelo Alvarez obviously has a three-fight deal with PBC that was announced a couple of months ago, back in June. The first fight is with Jamel. Eddie Reynoso said last week that the second fight that they were targeting was with Jamal. And the source I spoke to, who has knowledge of the PBC strategy with Canelo, said that Eddie was kind of letting the cat out of the bag and that could happen. Although Canelo himself did say on the New York hub that he wasn't interested, but as my source said, this plan that PBC has with Canelo's tentative, and it all kind of depends on how the fights play out. But the third fight on this deal, interestingly, is being targeted against David Benavidez. Benavidez had an amazing performance against Caleb Plant back in March. For me, that really kicked off what was really good about boxing in Las Vegas this year, and it just set momentum going to, the next month we had Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia. We had Spence and Crawford in July. And it just goes on and on with Canelo headlining a show against Jamel next month. So three-fight deal there, and each of those options to me sounds really good. Second update I had that I wanted to share was the rematch clause for Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford. Errol obviously lost really one-sided performance to Terence Crawford on July 29th at the T-Mobile Arena. I was there in the venue. I think it was probably the best performance I've ever seen live from a boxer with Crawford. Thought he looked incredible. Kind of rearranged Spence's face while Crawford kind of left the ring looking like he'd barely been in a fight. He's obviously been doing a victory lap, speaking to a lot of platforms and radio, and having a bit of a hero's welcome back in Omaha, Nebraska, where he's from. Derek James, Errol's coach, said that they would be looking to activate the rematch clause. Obviously, both guys were keen to do a rematch on the night, although that seemed to be from both Crawford and Spence that would be at 154 rather than 147, which is where they had the first fight. I've been told by a source close to Spence that he would be looking to use the next few weeks to rest, recuperate, and come again before actually triggering the rematch clause. He hasn't triggered it yet, and he has 30 days to do so from the day of the first fight, which was July 29th, so 30 days from then. And if he does trigger it, it would be quite at the last minute of that. So looking at the end of the month for Spence. Spence obviously said on the night that we've got to do it again. He's going to be a lot better, he said, and it will be a lot closer in the second fight. I'm not so sure myself. It was really one-sided, and I think if they do it again, it would probably be the same result. Third update I wanted to share was with Gervonta Davis. I heard from a source close to Gervonta that he's looking to do a stadium fight. Really interesting, because he's been such a hot ticket seller in numerous markets all over America, regardless of whether that's Baltimore, where he's from, Washington, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, Atlanta. He kind of sells out wherever he goes. So the next step for him could be, a significantly bigger venue at a stadium. Separately, I heard that one of the rumors here in Las Vegas is that Mark Davis, the Raiders owner, wants to bring a really big fight to the Allegiant Stadium. The source I spoke to said there are a lot of stadiums out there. So I'm not sure if that would be next for him, but it seems like that is in his near future, depending on the magnitude of the fight. That same source, though, said that they're looking to match Tank again later this year, and if it's not late this year, then it will be very early in 2024. That's all I've got for you today, but looking forward to delivering these kind of updates for you going forward, at least on a weekly basis. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, and subscribe. Fight Hype. Cheers.